Well, Friday marks the third day of the World Economic Forum in Davos, where business and political leaders are, of course, gathered to discuss what lies ahead for the global economy. Let's now go live to Davos and listen in to the ongoing session about the outlook for China's economy.
But my only hope is that he's accurately predicting the last global financial crisis. But my only hope is that he's not going to break any bad news today, and the other thing that which we just jokingly say is the reason why Professor was chosen and invited. He said he wants to learn Chinese. So next time, I think from next year, I think he will be able to actually join the session and speak in Chinese. And finally is Professor Li Daokui, and a leading Chinese journalist, leading Chinese economist, and who is now teaching and doing research at Tsinghua University, one of the best universities in China, who was also a former member of Chinese Central Bank's Monetary Committee. So now he's a former member, so he got to be much freer in expressing his views. And so before I move on to give each of the journalists the chance to opening their remarks, and just a few points that I would like to highlight. And one thing is that I think there's some good news, which is 1 year into the new leadership, and especially after the party's third plenary session, mapping out what is China going to do. So this time, I think the reform scheme has been, many of the Western commentators has regarded this is probably one of the most comprehensive reforming and blueprint that China is going to implement in the next 10 years. But we all know that from words to deeds can be a challenging process, and there's no doubt, I think next 5 years is going to be difficult, because the new leadership led by President Xi Jinping and the Premier Li Keqiang, and has not only inherited the second largest economy in the world and the largest trading power in the world, the $3 trillion foreign currency reserve, but also I think inherited a long list of legacy issues. A economy which is favor of GDP growth, or even some may call it addiction to GDP, and not the quality of growth. An environment which is already, or ecosystem which is already further serious damaged, both in the urban and the rural.